Ambassador Robinson, I thank you for being here today. The relationship between China and Mexico with regard to illicit drug is very evident. China-based criminals make money by shipping precursor chemicals to Mexico, where they're made into fentanyl and shipped into our country. What is the extent of the Chinese criminal organization relationship with the Mexican cartel, and why is it important for policymakers to understand China's role, including any involvement by the Chinese government as part of the economics of cartels?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. First of all, I think we have to be careful about linking the Chinese government with Chinese cartels and Mexican cartels. I don't think we've made that direct link yet. But you are absolutely right. There is no doubt Chinese transnational organized criminal organizations are working with Mexican criminal organizations and probably other criminal organizations to move precursors from China, often through some of our partner countries, like, as I mentioned earlier, Vietnam, Thailand, and Laos, to Mexico. There is no doubt the Chinese government is not doing enough to monitor these precursor chemicals, to schedule these precursor chemicals, and to know who's collecting the precursor chemicals on the other end in Mexico. We continue to try to engage with the Chinese government on this. They have sort of been reluctant to engage with us, but we keep at it. We are in very close discussions with the Mexican government. In fact, as you know, Mexican President Lopez Obrador is in town today and tomorrow. The bicentennial framework, which we've worked out, which was worked out partially with our colleagues at the Department of Treasury, allows us to do so much more on synthetic drugs, attacking synthetic drugs the way we attacked plant-based drugs and money laundering under Merida, and also gives us an opportunity to work more closely on the southwest border with our Mexican contacts. So you are absolutely right. The Chinese are not doing enough. The Chinese government's not doing enough. The Chinese cartels are working with Mexican cartels, and we are working closely with Mexico, trying to engage more with China on this issue.
Do you have any suggestions of any steps Congress should take to help you with this problem?
No, I think Congress has actually done a very good job in supporting us in this effort. What I would say is, and you've probably heard this a lot from those of us in INL, flexibility with the resources you graciously give us is key, and our ability to move money around to programs and projects quickly could always be more helpful.
Also to you, Ambassador Robin, cartels across the globe fuel corruption in our developing nations to launder their money. Young democratic governments and judicial systems often fail to address this issue due to lack of capacity. China's global reach and international influence is extensive, especially in developing worlds of South and Southeast Asia. INL's support of the Department of Justice OPDET and ICTAP programs is critical to building anti-money laundering capacity in these regions. What is the INL doing to ensure that OPDET and ICTAP programs are being used in the best way to combat money laundering and related corruption in the developing world, especially in Southeast Asia? How can these programs be improved, if at all?
Thank you again, Senator. The INL is working very closely with OPDAT and ICITAP on programs, again, in the countries that I mentioned, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. We work very closely. We have great programming in those countries. We're also expanding our programming in Mexico, in Central America, all with the aim of increasing the capacity of our partner countries to monitor illicit financing and anti-money laundering. We will continue to support our colleagues in the Department of Justice at OPDAT and ICITAP in those endeavors. We're also, I should mention, we have great programming in the Caribbean. We have noticed increased activity by Chinese transnational organized criminal networks in the Caribbean. OPDAT and ICITAP are there. We are working hand in hand to make sure that we are working with our Caribbean partners to go after these networks.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, my time's up. I have some questions I'll submit to Undersecretary Nelson for answer in writing.